What's going on, people? You know what happened? I was driving down the road and I seen a fucking string of retards. You ever see that? Where they walk down the road and they're all holding the rope like a bunch of fucking kindergartners? So that's pretty funny in its own. Like, I'm watching that and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Anyway, so it got me thinking of the age-old question of, do retards go to hell? And I've Googled this before and you get a mixed response. Some people say yes, majority say no. Retards don't go to hell because God knows they're not right in the head. He's the one that fucked them up and all this shit. So then, like, but there's so many different levels of retardation. It's kind of, I'm on the fence on this one. I don't really know. The certain retards could go to hell, and then, what, like, does becoming a retard give you a golden pass? Like, let's just say you're a thug, right? You're a gangster. You're a motherfucker driving down the road with your gat, and you see people, and you're like, pop, 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 and you're shooting bitches and hoes, and fucking alright, living the thug life. Then you get hit by a fucking short bus that just happened to be dropping the retards off at daycare, and you whack your fucking head, and then now you're a retard. But you killed a bunch of people. Does becoming a retard give you the golden pass? Now you don't go to hell, you just go to, like, jolly fucking rainbow retard heaven? And then is there a special place for retards up there? Like, do they all just fucking bounce around? Or are they all, like, in a little room together? Or, like, I don't know. It's weird. And then here's going to be some other things. Well, let's just say the retard's walking in the meadow, and the other retard, which, you know, threw a banana peel on the ground, and so the first retard goes and slips on it, and his dick falls into a goat. I think that's somehow, like, against the Bible, but being that it's a retard, maybe that's okay. Maybe nothing happens to him. I don't know. But now let's just say the retard is like, okay, and I enjoy this, and he pumps the goat. And so he starts fucking the goat that went in there by accident, but now at the point where the retards, he's realized this feels good, and he's just sitting there fucking the goat. Is that okay, or is that going to get him put to hell? Let's just say the goat's his sister. I know that's a sin. So, like, you know, there's all kinds of real problems with this shit. Where, like, you know, how do you determine which retards go to hell, if any? Maybe none of them do. I don't know. I think this is something that, you know, CNN should be addressing. This isn't, like, you know, I don't even know if you guys and me really have the capability of determining this. We should have a scientific experiment to determine, like, you know, what the retards know about heaven and hell. And if they would fuck a goat, where does they think that would put them? I don't know. It's one of those things. A lot of fucked up shit goes through my head. And so I guess what I'm getting at is, if I become a retard, am I allowed to fuck a goat? Because that's where I was going. I was going to fuck a goat, and then I found out it's illegal. So, but if retards are okay with it, if you don't go to hell for something, then odds are you're allowed to. And then apparently you don't go to hell if you've asked for forgiveness. So let's just say the retarded thug was on his way to get forgiveness, like go to confession and shit, when the getting hit by the short bus happened. Would that thug now, being that he was really going to confess, so God would know, hey, he was coming to confess his sins, would you think they would just give him forgiveness anyway? Just be like, you know what? Fuck it, mofo, you got forgiveness. I know you was on the way there. You were on the path to righteousness, my brother. And now he's forgiven? I don't know. Tell you, it's a retarded world out there. Everything's made up for them. They got it set. They got nice ropes to walk along. Anyway, that's what happens when I sit in traffic. I think of the retards. I do enjoy. I've got one that lives around the corner from me. They stand on the edge of their driveway spinning in circles. I see that quite regularly. That's fun. I saw one pocket jerking the other day. That was funny. I get a good laugh out of it. Anyhow, you know what? Leave some comments. Tell me what you think happens to the retards. Because this is, you know, this should be up for discussion in the world. I think a lot of times people are ashamed to talk about shit like this. But they shouldn't be. They should just be like, oh yeah, look, retards. Oopsie. Sorry guys, had to do a little bit of passing there. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your comments. Say hi to a retard if you see one. And if you don't want to say hi, kick him in the ass and run.